Chew.
Welcome to the Chew. You know, food tastes better when you share it with others, so pull up a chair. We are making dinner for a crowd easy and delicious with an hour of good eats and great laughs. It's Dinner with Friends on the Chew. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good.
So good.
Good. We're old friends here.
Yeah.
Not getting any younger.
I'm getting younger. You're not aging that well, but I'm feeling
Thanks for reminding me. I think it's time for us to make some new friends. All right, so we recently got a video from a group of Chew superfans who were dying to have dinner with us, and we knew we had to meet them. Watch this.
Hey, Chew Crew! We're cousins from Maryland, and we love to have a good time. From D.C. to Key West, we bring the fun wherever we go. But we need to turn it up a bit.
We want to add some Chew flair to our next girls' trip, and we want to party with you.
Can we come to the Chew kitchen and eat and drink with you?
Happy eating! I felt like that was good. I felt that in my spirit.
Please say hello to Mimi, Bernie, Faye, and Tasha.
All right, you ladies have some of the best seats in the house, but I think you could do a little bit better. See that dining table over there? Well, you're our special guest for the entire show, complete with all the food and drinks from today's show. So come on down.
Come on down. Hey, guys. Hey, welcome.
Hi, guys. How are you? How are you? Come on, get in there.
Welcome, guys.
They're excited, Clinton.
Very excited to have you here. So you guys you're all cousins.
Yeah. Well, we're sisters, and
You're
they're all
sisters
cousins.
and cousins, okay. And you all love to cook.
Yes.
And you all love to entertain.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes.
you all answer every question all together.
Yes.
I got a question for each of you. If you were to throw a dinner party, what is the one thing you could not live without at a dinner party?
I want fried chicken at mine, and I'm usually the one to make it.
Well, for me, it's all about dessert. I know it's a dinner party. However, the dessert
Dessert
is an absolute must.
Well,
Yes.
wait a minute. What's a dinner party without drinks?
Right. Hey, I like it.
Okay.
And you have to have fabulous sides. Who can have a dinner party without mac and cheese?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, well, enjoy the
Thank you.
show from the table.
Thank you.
So pretty.
No drama. Have you guys ever thrown a dinner party that just turned out to be a hot mess?
You know, recently for me.
Recently?
Damn.
The food thing never really goes awry for me. Fortunately, I feel very comfortable
that
in that
down.
part. I got that part pretty down at this point in my life. But, you know, for not only personally, but professionally, Liz and I have always entertained together. We own restaurants together. She's always at the house. So
She's the brains behind your entire marriage. Let's not fit.
yes, we know. So the other day, we are doing some shooting for the new cookbook, and I have all this food. Liz is traveling with some of her friends, so she's not home. So all this food is left, and Katie, who you guys know, my culinary director, she's helping me, but Katie's also a kitchen person, you know, so we have all this food. We invite all these people over for dinner, friends of mine and Liz's, and they start arriving at the house, and all of a sudden I realize, like, oh, all that stuff that happens in the restaurant business in the front of the house or at the dining room table, I don't know how to do any of that crap.
Like welcoming people.
Like, oh my God, my friend Tracy comes in, she goes, Michael, you've offered no one a drink. There's no water. She's like, you need my help. I'm like, I'm going down, Tracy. I'm going down. And Katie's like, oh, Katie and I are looking at each other like, what do we do? We got all this food. Get some food. You know, but we hadn't put out any plates, any silverware. There was, in the fridge, there was one single bottled water.
Oh my God.
It was, I'm like, I thought I was such a good entertainer, but then I realized, like, I'm only really 50% of the puzzle, and without the other...
Dude, you're 25% of
I
that.
know. You had no edges. You didn't have the corners. You didn't have anything. You just had like one last piece.
I did the things that I'm good. like, once I figured out I was having dinner, I went out, I cut a bunch of flowers from the yard. I had flowers on the table, nothing else.
Oh.
I had flowers and food and nothing else.
You better hope Liz never leaves your ass. Okay. Guess what today is? It's National Taco Day. And to celebrate, we asked our friends on Facebook, can you taco it? Basically, we asked them, what do you want turned into a taco? All right, and we got some really great responses. My personal favorite response, or one of them, was Taylor from Ohio, who said,
Ohio!
Ohio!
Oh, hi!
Thanksgiving tacos. You can make the shell out of flattened baked stuffing and fill them with all the trimmings. I thought that was a pretty good idea. What did you guys
well, here's
say?
one of my favorites. Deborah from Florida says, and Marnie, you were saying you like desserts.
Yeah.
So she said make a tortilla out of cake batter, and then like a pancake, and then fill it with frosting, and it's a presto cupcake too.
Oh, that
you
sounds
know,
good.
like a little presto cupcake baby.
Well, I know this comes shocking to you guys. I didn't read any of my homework, but what I was thinking when you said it is I was thinking that a corned beef and sauerkraut, like a Reuben taco.
Actual taco shell. Yeah. Well, one suggestion caught all of our eyes. All right, so Pete C. suggested that we transform one of his favorites by making an eggplant parm taco. So the idea would be a fried eggplant with mozzarella cheese and spicy tomato sauce.
Yes.
And our fabulous prep kitchen, whom we adore,
Love them.
they, with a lot of trial and error, made some for us and our dinner guests. So
I got the tacos. This is kind of brilliant.
All right, you guys have your tacos.
Yeah, there's...
So what the prep kitchen ended up doing was salting the eggplant to get some of the moisture out of it, and then putting it onto a skewer to make the taco shape, battering it, frying it, and then filling it with the melted cheese and the sauce. And then you can take it off the skewer and just sort of eat it like a taco.
Oh my God, I love this.
Oh, so, okay, so this is different than I meant. I was thinking you put different things into a taco shell. But they actually made a taco.
This is the best moment of my life right now.
This is good.
Wow.
What do y'all think?
It's good.
It's really, really good.
Right?
Maybe a little crunch to it.
Got a little crunch.
Oh my God.
Easy and gooey.
Whenever you could eat eggplant parm with your hands,
Right?
life is so good.
So good. All right, we're going to put that recipe up on thechew.com. All right, so we're off to a great start. We have a fabulous show coming up. Michael's making a dinner party dish to feed a crowd. Carl is in the kitchen with the fabulous Rosalyn Sanchez and Eric Winter. And one of these ladies is getting the chance to cook with me. But who will it be? Me. We'll see when we come back. Don't go away.
It's an hour of dinner with friends today on The Chew.
Welcome back, everyone. And now from ABC Studios in New York City, it's time for the Choose. Yes. Time to introduce our cook contestants. First up, she's a small business owner from Temple Hills, Maryland, and she claims she's the best cook in the family. It's Bernie Jones. Next, she's a blogger who loves food and fashion. Here's younger sister, Mimi Green. Give your sister the thumbs down. Okay, Bernie, Mimi, welcome. All right, here's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna give you one clue describing a dish that I'm about to make. Whoever can name that dish in the fewest ingredients wins and gets to cook along with me. Okay? But if you guess and your guess is wrong, your competitor will get to cook instead of you. All right? Is everybody ready to play?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, here is your clue. It's not a crumble, pie, or a tart, but this delicious fall dish will warm your heart. Okay, Mimi, you're up. How many ingredients will it take to name that dish?
I think I can name that dish in 5 ingredients.
Okay.
I think I can name that dish in 4 ingredients.
All right, back to you, Mimi.
Okay, I think I can name that dish in 3 ingredients.
Whoa.
Oh. Bernie?
Name that dish.
Oh. Okay, Mimi, the ingredients are apples, cinnamon, rolled oats.
I think that dish is rolled oats, apples, apple pie?
No, it's not an apple pie, it's an apple crisp. You're cooking with me, Bernie. All right, sorry, Mimi. All right, come on over here, let's get cooking. Oh.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How did you first become so passionate about cooking, Bernie?
Because I had to start when I was really young. I helped take care of that young lady over there.
Oh, okay.
And so you get really
You mean the
creative.
one who lost?
The one who lost. I wasn't going to say it, but since you did, yes, the one who lost. And so I had to start early, and you get really creative at a very young age, and so I've been cooking ever since.
Oh, awesome. All right, have you ever made an apple crisp?
Not a crisp. No, I have not.
All right, well, all right, let's make one together,
All right.
shall we?
Yes.
So crisp. This is an apple crisp, so the apples get all gooey and delicious and
yes.
bubbly, and then on top of that is a crunchy, crispy, delicious, like almost like a cookie
All
crumble.
the things I love.
So I'm going to have you combine these things over here. We've got
Okay.
2/3 of a cup of flour. You can start mixing that together with a 1/4 cup of sugar, and then I'm going to add. That's the sugar's already in there.
It's already in there.
And then a little bit of light brown sugar to go in there too. I'm going to give you a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, a little bit of old-fashioned oats.
Rolled oats.
Rolled oats
Ding, ding.
and the crisp. Mimi didn't know because she didn't make it for you. That's why. That's what it was.
Mimi, I would have got it wrong too. Don't worry.
I didn't. I'm in
All
good
right.
company.
This is my secret ingredient, which makes it so good. Do you ever have those ginger candies that you can get in like in the supermarket or the bodega? You chop them up and you put them in the crumble, and they're so good.
Oh,
All right,
oh
so
my.
ginger. And now we take butter. Okay, this is 7 tablespoons of butter. We use the other tablespoon to line the baking dish
Okay.
to grease it. And then now this is the point where you start using your hands. You sort of like pinch that all together. Okay, just give it, pinch it until it all comes together into the crisp topping. All right, good. While you're doing that,
Yes.
I'm gonna make the apple filling over here. All right, now I'm using 2 different types of apples, and this is how I found is the best way to go. So we have Honeycrisp apples here and McIntosh apples. I use 3 of each. Now the McIntosh are nice and tart, but when you cook them, they get mushy. And I don't like a mushy crisp, so you use the Honey Crisps, which stay crisps. Keep saying crisp a lot, it's really hard to say crisps. So the 3, each different kind, they stay together, but they're still tart and they get a little bit gooey. Okay, so now we have, they're peeled and they're cored. I'm going to take about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of regular sugar, 2 teaspoons of light brown sugar, a little bit of a little bit of flour, and the juice of 1 lemon. Okay, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna ask you, Bernie, my dear, what
Yes.
is your signature dish that you cook?
My signature dish is chicken schnitzel.
Oh, chicken schnitzel.
Yes, so I don't make it with pork as it's supposed to be. I have my own rendition, and I make it with chicken.
Do you top it with anything?
No, just a little bit of lemon juice. That's about it.
Oh, that's delicious.
I love a
It's very
schnitzel.
good.
Very
good.
What inspired you to make a chicken schnitzel?
I had a family member who was in the military, and they spent some time over in Germany, and when they came back, they would make it for us all the time, and I fell in love with it, but I prefer chicken over the pork, and so it's a staple.
Good for you. Well, that sounds delicious. All right, how's your crisp topping coming?
It's coming. It's coming.
You
Yes,
think we're
it's
ready to
coming.
start topping?
I would say so, yes.
Okay, all right.
Clinton, what do you think's harder to say, crisp or schnitzel?
Schnitzel.
Crispy schnitzel.
Schnitzel crisp.
All right, I'm gonna put this in the baking dish. I
Okay.
use that extra teaspoon of butter to grease that. You can bring that crisp over to here, my dear.
All righty.
All right, the apples go in. Does that smell good so far?
It smells delicious.
Now, this is your first apple crisp.
Yes.
Just start piling that on. Just like, yep.
Just sprinkle it on
be
there.
generous with it.
Be
just
generous.
really.
Nice and ooey
Throw it on.
gooey.
Ooey gooey.
Throw it on there. Oh, uh-oh, making a mess, making a mess. I'm a messy cook.
It's gonna be so good, Bernie.
Woohoo!
I'm a messy cook too. The great thing is we have other people to clean up for us. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna cook this at 375. For the first 30 minutes, I'm gonna put this foil on top so it just really gets bubbly and cooked. And then the last 10 minutes, we're gonna take this off. So come on over to here with me. You wanna hold
I'm
it?
coming.
I'll get the oven.
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back. See how this turns out. Welcome back. Earlier in the show, Bernie won the chance to cook with me.
Yes,
We are
I did.
finishing off our apple crisp. What do you think so far?
It looks delicious, and I can't wait to taste it.
When you will this be your first ever apple crisp?
First ever apple crisp.
Really?
Boy.
Yes.
I'm excited to share this with you.
Yes.
You know, I remember my first apple crisp.
How did it go?
Well, it was delicious. I had it in Boston. I went to Boston College for undergrad, and I went to a place called the Ground. There I am as a college kid. I know. Look at all that hair I had. And we used to go to the Ground Round
Michael
after the
Anthony
movies.
Hall.
And I remember having my first apple crisp, and I was like, "This is delicious." I didn't take a picture of it. That's some other apple crisp. All right.
You ready?
All right.
And then I like to top this. Remember, the secret ingredient is the candied ginger.
Yes.
And then I like to top this with cinnamon ice cream. So if you can't find cinnamon ice cream, you can take vanilla and just add a little bit of cinnamon to that. Okay. Let me know what you think, Burn. Does anyone call you Burn?
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is delicious.
Right?
Good job to us.
Good job to us.
Good job to us. Mm-hmm.
You did a perfect job with that crisp.
Did we give the rest of the family some crisp?
Oh, they should have some crisp.
They should have some crisp.
All right.
They should have some crisp.
Do you want to walk this
I'll
dish over
share.
there?
Even though there's a loser over there, I'll share.
Okay.
I will. I'll share.
Do you guys want to talk just for a second? Because Michael said during the commercial, Michael said, this looks like a crumble to me. And I said, wrong! It's a crisp. The difference between a crisp, a crumble, and a cobbler. Do you know the difference?
I do not. They all begin with C.
Correct.
Okay.
It also begins with C. A crisp has the oats in it.
Okay.
A crumble does not have oats. It's almost like a cookie. And
Okay.
then a cobbler is like a biscuit dough that you would put on top of fruit.
Okay.
So there you have it.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed this.
Yes, it's
Thanks
great.
for cooking with me.
Thank you.
It's so good. The ginger content.
This dinner party is just getting started. When we come back, Michael's got the easiest dish ever. Do not go away. And you can go blow it over there.
Coming up, 2 stars drop by to make an easy dish that'll make you the star at your next get-together. See how they do it when the Chew returns. We're having dinner with friends, and you're invited today on the Chew.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Now, if you're talking about dinner with friends, my recipe for success is keep it simple, Simon. Now, it doesn't get much simpler than a delicious dish to feed a crowd, and so I'm going to make you a cedar plank fluke with broccoli stem slaw. Now, before we start, how was your crisp?
Amazing.
Yeah, it was delicious.
It was good, huh?
Thanks.
We did good.
We did good.
It's not half bad. Maybe we'll keep them around. All right, so kind of what this dish is all about for me is it's not only making something that's quick and easy that I don't have to think about that much, but it's super inexpensive. And I'm doing it with Fluke because this summer I was out east with Kyle and Liz quite a bit, visiting Kyle, cooking a lot, and it's a local fish that you find on the East Coast. But wherever you are, if I was in Cleveland, I would do it with walleye and perch. If I was in Michigan, I do it with whitefish. If I was in Seattle, I do it with salmon. So whatever fish is local and fresh and inexpensive around you, that's the one that you should use.
Okay. Great.
Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it. I'm excited about this. I feel like we should do more fish in general in the show.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love cooking fish. So cedar plank is great because all you need to do, you can get these planks at any hardware store. Soak them in a little bit of salted water. I do it overnight, but up to an hour is fine. Okay. And all we're going to do then is season both sides of our fish with salt, pepper, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
Now, do you have to dry the plank or anything, or do you like it? Sort of
It could have a little bit moisture on it. It's not going to hurt it either way. The reason you put the salted water on there is so it doesn't burst into flames when it's either in the oven or on the grill. Because that would.
My fish is on fire!
Remember that Eddie Murphy thing? Now that's fire. Like, you don't want that to happen. You place them right on the plank. If you do it in an oven, you're going to put these in about a 450-degree oven. They're going to be done in about, for a thin piece like this, about 5 to 6 minutes. All right. Or you could put them on a grill away from the charcoals. Don't have the coals right around them.
Let me set the oven on 450.
Good job. See, we're golden. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, could you pass me that towel?
Of course.
Thank you, CK. You're such a nice man. So the next thing we're going to make is our broccoli stem slaw. And I love doing this because, you know, a lot of people buy broccoli and they get the florets. And then they're like, what do I do with these stems? Well, you could freeze them and save them and use them for soup, or you could freeze them and save them and then give them a quick peel and then julienne them up or cut them into little matchsticks, and then you have the base of a slaw that has great broccoli flavor to it, so you kind of get a freebie there. Takes a little bit of time, but it is worth the wait. As I'm doing that, if you...
You know what doesn't take time?
What?
Is when you buy them pre-cut at the store. Just saying.
You could do that too. But, you know, they obviously, that is the way they do them now, and they're cheaper than the broccoli itself. They still have all the vitamins, all the nutrients, and all the deliciousness. So there's usually more flavor in the stems of things than there is in the florets themselves.
Agreed. Okay.
So as you were doing your magic, buddy,
yes,
you're cutting up a little bit of parsley and a little bit of mint for me, just rough cut. I'm going to throw in some dried cherries. When that's ready, you can throw that in.
All right.
We're going to put in a pinch of salt. There was also about a teaspoon of sugar in here in the base for the dressing. I'm going to put in some cracked black pepper.
All right.
Some rice wine vinegar, the juice of a lemon. And the way that I like the juice of lemon is I don't have that fancy juicer like you. I just, you know, times were hard in Cleveland, County. You put it in between your tongs and you squeeze, and you're good.
Or you could use the juicer.
Man, those fancy juicers. I
like my fancy
I just saved you $12. You could buy 6 more bags of broccoli stems. All right. So, and then some extra virgin olive oil. Remember, when you're making a dressing, 2 parts fat to 1 part acid. You could eye that up. I have some toasted almonds in there. Throw them in the pool. All right. Boom. All right. Now, lucky for us, not only do we have this little oven set at 450 degrees underneath our counter here, but it also has a conveyor.
Oh, it moves around.
It slides it right down all the way to the end. So.
Oh, that's hot.
So, again, any type of fish you want. You can, sometimes I do different glazes, like sometimes with the salmon, a little soy, a little mustard mixed together, some honey. You can really have fun with it. But this cooks in no time at all. You could serve it right on the plank if you would like, or you could pull it off the plank. And what I have found is it's kind of not only a fun way to do this, but it's a little bit foolproof. Like Liz, who I consider a great cook, is also nervous sometimes cooking fish because people think fish is a little tricky. So when you do it on the plank like this in the oven, you don't have to worry about it smelling up your house. You don't have to worry about it overcooking so much. It's just very quick, very easy, and you have this beautiful dish with this nice crunchy slaw on top.
I think I'm excited to eat this. I'm standing here with the fork.
Get in there.
Oh, Simon, this looks beautiful. It's good for you and light.
It is. It's good and it's healthy. And the reason I like it is you have a very flaky fish with a very crunchy slaw. So you get 2 really great textures there, too.
Fantastic.
Ladies?
Yeah,
Good. Thumbs up. All right, see that? You guys, show's just getting better, so you need to stick around. Carla's in the kitchen with Rosalyn Sanchez and Eric Winter when we come back. But first, check out our You on the Chew of the Day. It's a spicy jalapeno margarita from Icing L. Sanford on Instagram. She is a blogger from Vermont who created this recipe after a trip to Mexico, and it has been a staple at her house ever since. Thanks for sharing. You're making me incredibly thirsty. Don't go away, you guys.
Tomorrow, it's another can't-miss episode of The Chew as we serve up foolproof kitchen essentials every viewer should know. Carla's revealing grocery store secrets that'll save you time and cash on your next shopping trip. And Clinton's in the kitchen with a star of orange as the new black ouzo aduba. Be there or be square tomorrow on The Chew.
Couples who also happen to be expanding their family. Please welcome the ravishing Rosalyn Sanchez and her hunky hubby, Eric Winter.
How are you ladies doing? Good? Having fun?
Okay.
All right.
Well, congrats are obviously in order.
Oh my God, yes.
You know, so you're expanding your family.
We are. We have a little girl, as you know, 5.5, and now we're having a little boy.
Very exciting. We heard you are experiencing some cravings.
I am.
You know, some crazy pregnancy cravings.
Yeah, with Sabella, it was oranges. I would eat like 7 oranges a day, like crazy. That is giving me acid reflux with this one. So I'm not doing oranges. I like mashed potatoes. Oh, it smells like mashed because they're... I was going to say, it smells like mashed
I mean,
potatoes.
your nose is like mashed potatoes.
I know.
Yeah, we have to
Oh,
have
my
some,
God.
you know, in case the craving hits, they're right here.
I'll do it right now.
Just
You know,
right in front.
Do you understand that I can eat the whole thing?
She could.
Okay,
Like
right.
right now.
So there's no taking that home. Right? Okay.
Real mashed
Real
potatoes.
Lots of butter
potatoes,
in them.
real butter. You're like, you're in your
Fat-free.
own private place. Goodbye, everybody else.
Oh, my God.
Okay, well, in the meantime, we knew you wanted to learn how to make a quiche, and you're trying to keep things light because you are craving mashed potatoes, right?
Yes.
So I'm showing you my spin on a squash and goat cheese tart with sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay.
All right. Now, I mean, hopefully you'll like it. If not, you always have your mashed
I'm
potatoes.
going to love it. I will eat the whole thing. This is so sad, guys. I'm getting so
No, that's okay. So, all right, Eric, you're going to be working on the squash.
Okay.
So
Squash
in that
guy.
bowl, we've already sliced them and we salted them. So all you need to do is to squeeze out. So what happens with the salt in the potatoes? It draws. I mean, in the squash, it's going to draw out some of that water. So you're going to squeeze them dry, and then you're going to put them in here, and we're going to dress them with salt and pepper and olive oil and sun-dried tomatoes.
All right.
Okay. So
What do I do?
Well, yes, start. Go
Okay.
ahead, start.
You better do all the work because
All right,
I'm trying to take the potatoes from her. We're
I know.
I'm like, are we going to finish the bowl?
It was horrible.
So is Isabella a really adventurous eater?
Isabella, yeah, she's a good eater. Of course, at the house, when she's home, she's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to try that. But when we're out, she tries everything. And we
Everything.
always say, when it comes to food, you have to try everything once.
I've got-
Just with
right,
food.
just once, just once.
She's had escargot.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I love it.
Well, I don't know if she liked it, but she
But
ate
she tried
one.
it.
Yeah,
Which
she
is
tried
still
it.
really good because a lot of kids will look at that, it's like a big bug. They're like, no, I don't want
Yeah.
to do it.
No,
But
she's a good sport. She's compared to a lot of kids that we know,
yeah,
she's an incredible eater.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really good.
Now, wait a minute. Do you call your daughter Sabella Sebi for short?
Sebi.
Sebi for short,
Sebi.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that is a crazy coincidence because I was just reading this awesome book called Sebi and the Land of Cha-Cha.
Oh my
No
God!
way.
That's amazing.
Wait a minute. You guys wrote
Oh my God! Your name's on it too. The whole family.
It's amazing. I know.
Where'd you find it?
flying around. Tell us about it. Why did you decide to write a children's book?
We wanted a book about dancing that I was able to identify with. And she's biracial. She's white American, gringa.
Break it down.
I know, I'm Puerto Rican. And you know, when you're out there looking for books for kids, we read every single night to Isabella.
Yes.
And it's about ballet and tap. There was nothing that will talk about Latin rhythms.
Yes,
And ballroom
yes.
dancing. And I'm going, Eric, we need to create something, you know, for kids to really enjoy and learn about Latin rhythms. Not everything is ballet. I love ballet. I grew up
you're
dancing
right.
ballet.
And it was also, oh, sorry to interrupt you, but it was also good because in ballroom or Latin dancing, there's a guy leading the dance.
Yes.
So it wasn't just a book catered to little girls. It encompasses both, which
Yes.
we loved that dynamic. Not even before knowing we had a boy coming, but now it's even
Yeah.
better. You know, it's a nice, all the ballet stuff is just girls.
Exactly. So the book is for preschoolers, you know, it's for little kids, and we're teaching cha-cha, merengue, and samba in a very elemental, simple way. The book is in English and Spanish. People can go to a link and then learn a very simple little class that Sabella and her 3 best friends in real life are part of it. They have never done the dances. The video is a mess, but it's very cute because you see them like...
You're seeing from the basic
like, I know I'm
steps,
gonna
them
do it.
learning, and within one video, they've never taken a class. So it
Really?
makes you feel at home like it's possible. Like our kid can get up and learn a couple
adorable.
steps.
No, I love the book. The book is amazing. I was going to let you make this
Oh, sorry,
custard.
you did.
No,
I'm
so
still eating the mashed potatoes.
keep eating the mashed potatoes.
It's off duty.
No, so I had the 3/4 cup of goat cheese.
Okay.
I put in 2 eggs. I had a 1/4 cup of heavy cream and a 1/4 cup of sour cream, and I'm going to add in some salt. If you can give me some black pepper. And Eric,
Yes.
This
Eric,
squash
you're
is
gonna put some olive oil on that squash.
Okay.
We have some sun-dried tomatoes.
How
You're gonna
much?
drop. Let's make it look a little more.
What is it, adobo sofrito here?
I know, right? We heard about that. We are so going to talk about that. Make it Puerto Rican. Okay.
Well, I hope it didn't.
It looks great.
All right. Yeah, it looks great. And so salt and pepper in there too. What?
What?
Okay, so we have a pre-baked pie shell here. I'm going to put the custard in. And this goat cheese is really to make the base of the tart. It's really all about the vegetables. So that gets spread out like that. Our oven is preheating at 375. Eric, you like the way those taste? Taste them first.
Sure. Let's find. Well, I
Use your
got some
fingers,
circuit.
Use your fingers. Okay, we're good. In there.
He loves his vegetables and stuff.
Yes.
I love my bread.
Potatoes.
Okay, we just spread those out. We're going to pop this in the oven. All right, we're going to see how that turns out. You continue to eat your potatoes.
Great. Thank you so
Eric,
much, guys.
you just support her. Okay, you guys, we'll be right back.
Right now.
Welcome back. We're joined by the fabulous husband-wife duo and the authors of a new book, Rosalyn Sanchez and Eric Winter. Now, we're just about ready to dig into this goat cheese tart, the veggies. And to finish it, I made a pesto with almonds instead of the pine nuts. So it's here. So we just cut our tart.
Carla, as you're cutting that up for them, I have a question now. You guys obviously both love food. Who's the better cook out of you?
We both technically cook for survival.
Yeah.
But I would.
I'm getting into it. You guys, every time I come here, I say, guys, I don't cook too well. Yeah. But because of the pregnancy, and I mentioned already my acid problem at night, I find that when I go out to restaurants, it's very difficult to monitor exactly what you're eating.
Right.
So it's better if I just cook at home. And I'm cooking actually very nice.
She's been doing good.
Yeah. It's all about the practice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you all are very adventurous. Is there, I mean, what kind of adventures have you been on lately?
Well, recently I pulled her out. You wouldn't believe it, too, being pregnant. I was like, we got to get out of the house and do something fun with our daughter.
Ridiculous.
So we went to Mammoth during the summer.
Oh, beautiful.
And I got him out in the lake. We went fishing.
It's beautiful. But I was like, can we go to a spa? Can you take me to Cabo San Lucas?
We caught 21 fish.
What?
21
Are you
fish.
kidding
We
me?
released 21 in 2 hours.
And how,
It was not even fair.
so good.
But our daughter went zip-lining. It was.
Did you cook any of those fish? How are you in the kitchen?
No, we
I
ended
was
up.
catching
I would have cooked those.
I
Like, I'm
feel
good
bad.
at barbecuing.
I kept going, no, put it back, put it back.
A little rainbow trout. It would have been so good.
I'm going, suffering, put it back.
Look at that, plating.
What?
I did that one. That was one of mine.
That's yours.
And you were doing Cedar. Yeah.
This is the thing with Eric. He finds an ingredient that he likes.
Rosemary.
And then for 3 months, it's every single day that. So now it's the
It's rosemary.
cake. Every
Rosemary with
single
cedar?
morning, I'm talking about breakfast with rosemary, lunch and dinner snacks.
You can't go on. You cooking it up and it gets a little crispy.
Oh, have you
The
ever
house stinks like
tried
rosemary all day long.
rosemary on popcorn with sea salt?
Yeah.
Oh, I
really?
love that.
Yeah, you put it in the fat with the popcorn when you pop the popcorn. Oh, it's going to change your life.
wow.
You're going to love it.
Wow.
Girl, move over potatoes. You
Rosemary
It
popcorn.
ain't gonna happen.
Rosemary ice cream. I've had rosemary and everything.
I'm gonna mix it.
Hey, ladies, how's it going over there? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, look, you guys. Up next, we're putting Rosalyn and Eric to the test with a parenting relay race. Right? Imagine it. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Chew. We're here with the talented and very competitive A-list couple, our friends Rosalyn Sanchez and Eric Winter. All right, and since you've got a baby on the way, we thought it'd be fun to put your parenting skills to a test in an exciting parent relay race. Now, we've set up some tasks for you to complete, and for whomever finishes them first, one side of the audience wins your new book.
Oh.
Rosalyn, you're playing for the right side. Eric, you're playing for the left side. And
Diaper duty.
whoever loses is on diaper duty for a month. Okay, you have to pack the perfect lunchbox, swaddle the baby doll, and fill a baby bottle without spilling a drop. Ready, set, go!
Oh, crazy.
Oh, you're in trouble, Raj. Raj, you're in trouble.
My baby's gonna.
That's too much milk for a
No,
newborn.
my baby's gonna drink more.
No, whatever.
Did we mention the
The
competitive
line
part?
was right there.
Who's swaddle? Whose swaddle's nicer?
Everybody's a winner!
You rolled that baby like a burrito.
You're all going home with a copy of Rosalyn and Eric's new book.
It's available now. And thanks to our friends Bernie, Tasha, Faye, and